God, welcome to Marion Kinya Official, to another episode of Giving Life to Relationships and Marriages. So on today's video, we are talking about the 6th level of intimacy in our relationship. But before we talk about the 6th level of intimacy. So if you haven't subscribed to Marion Kinya Official, please consider subscribing to Marion Kinya Official and hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you'll be the first person to get to receive the good news about Marion Kinya Official. So if you have not listened to the other 5 videos that I've shared about the 5 levels of intimacy, please do yourself a favor and go and listen to those videos so that you can come to the 6th level. Remember, I said that they are following each other in ascending order. You cannot skip one and go to the other. You have to learn them and get to understand them at a deeper level. We said this month is a month of making a difference in our lives, and that is what we are doing in Marion Kinya Official. So on today's video, the 6th level of intimacy is the level of thoughts, fears, and failures. Yes, thoughts, fears, and feelings. That is the 6th level of intimacy. In this 6th level of intimacy, we expose ourselves. So what happens is that the 6th level of intimacy, it enables us to owning up for who we are, for who we have been, and who we are capable of, and how we have failed. That is the 6th level of intimacy. It's helping us to get to understand who we are, who we have been, who we are capable of, and where we have failed. That is the 6th level, help us to get to understand ourselves. And if you have the ability to accept each other's thoughts, fears, and failures, then that's the greatest level of maturity in a relationship. So if you're in that place, the maturity is, yes, it's top notch. So, and that is what is supposed to happen. We are not supposed to judge other people because of their past. If they in our love relationships, we need to accept them. Why? Because were it not for the past, the experiences they have been, they couldn't be the person they are. You see the person that you are loving, you see the person that you are admiring, you see the person that you are in love with. It is their past, whether dark, whether good, whether the best, it is their past that have made them to be who they are. So if you neglect them because of their faults, because of their failures, remember, were it not that they experience whatever they experienced in the past, they couldn't be the person they are today. Get that at home. At least if you don't get anything else, please get that. So it is good you learn to accept each other's fears, failures, and thoughts, and the maturity of our relationship will be top notch. So what we need to do is that we ourselves who have the fears, the failures, and the thoughts, we need to learn, which is very important, to take ownership of our thoughts, to take ownership of the things that we have done in the past. Sorry, not in the future. We need to take ownership, because if we don't own whatever that have been happening in our lives, that is the dark side that have been happening in our lives, we become the victims. And once we become the victims, what happens? Our dark side start directing our lives. Yes, we start living our life based on our dark side. We start making decisions and planning for our lives based on our dark side. Yes, we all have dark side. We all have a past. And what do I mean by saying we all have dark side? I mean we all have things that we have done in the past that we wish we never did them. Yes, that is what I mean by we all have dark side. It might not be the same, but there is that something that we have done in the past that you wish you never did them. So we have that part, and we need to own it so that we'll be in a position to expose the dark side that is in us. So the genius of intimacy is that when we bring our dark side into the light, especially in the context of relationship, that is the time that we are able to experience the intimacy. That is the time that we are able to enjoy the true intimacy that we need. Because once we bring the dark side that we have been experiencing, or that we have experienced thereafter, we bring it, especially in the context of love, these people will be in a position to accept us with our thoughts, with our fears, with our failures. Remember, nobody is perfect. No human being is perfect. It's only God who is perfect. So once we bring them into light, they just start being reducing and having they lose power over our lives. That is the best time I can use. So if you want the dark side to lose power over your life, expose it. Yes, expose it. Actually, you will be receiving what we call healing in your life. So it is the intimacy that has the power to free us from the dark side. And that intimacy can only be experienced if we share it, if we reveal it to somebody else. The people that usually see them go for appointments with a therapist, they usually go to go and release their faults, their failures, their regrets. They just go to expose them to the people that can listen them. So if you are in a love relationship, why don't you listen to your partner? Why don't you get to understand their faults and failures? Why don't you accept them? Why don't you encourage them? Because everybody wants to be encouraged. When people encourages us for who we are able to function. We are able to become the best version of ourselves. So make use that opportunity for the person that is in your life and encourage them. Tell them they are not living their past. Their past is gone now. They are a new creation now. They are living a new life and a better life. They overcame that past. And if you are in a relationship with someone and they are still struggling with the faults, with the past, with the things that they did, help them. Help them to become the best version of themselves. Help them to overcome whatever that is affecting them, whatever that they are regretting, whatever they are fearing to expose. Because if you are in a relationship with someone and you make them to feel ashamed and guilty because of their past, then you don't deserve their intimacy. If someone is in your life and they are still making you to feel ashamed of your past, ashamed of your mistakes, then they don't deserve your mistakes. They don't deserve your intimacy. So be there for that person. Help them to overcome the challenges. If they have overcome, accept them. No, they are the product of their experiences. That is it. That is the fears, faults, and failures. That is the 6th level of intimacy. Is it so clear? Have you understood something? Have you learned something? How many of us are in the 6th level? How many of us have already known the faults, the fears, and the failures of their partners, and they are still accepting them for who they are? You're mature enough. But also, let me tell you something, let me remind you, that doesn't mean that because you have known their past failures, their past fears, and their past faults, doesn't mean that there will be no failures that are going to come in future or fears that are going to come in future. There are. They might come, yes, they might come even while you are in a relationship. But once you show yourself, you're in a position to accept them. Once acceptance is the key, you will be in a position to make it so easier for them to maneuver even with those challenges in their life. So that is the 6th level of intimacy. If you can just be able to share each other's fears, faults, and failure, understand each other, accept each other's for who they are, for the way they are, because you can only know the person who they are once they reveal themselves to you. Then you're good to go. Then you're mature enough. That is it for today, guys. That is it for the 6th level of intimacy. So tomorrow we will be meeting to do the last level of intimacy. That is the 7th level of intimacy. I'm not going to mention. And then from there we are going to mention some of the things why people they don't have great relationships and how we can design great relationship. Then we will be through with the intimacy. We will be with the intimacy. Then the next thing, the Spirit of God will lead us. Maybe someone is wondering, but this time loud we are talking about intimacy. Marion Kinya official is not quoting the Bible verses. Let me tell you, we are teaching in the Spirit. These levels of intimacy, we are teaching in the Spirit. So learn, make a difference in your life, and you are good to go. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much. Please consider subscribing to Marion Kinya official. Like, share, and comment. And I will appreciate so much for the love, for the support, for everything that you'll be doing in Marion Kinya official. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.